Hello and welcome to the Cabana Boys Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Nelson, owner and chief Cabana Boy here at Cabana Boys Events. Today we have Chris Keenan, the team lead. We're actually live in Savannah, Georgia.
Live in Savannah.
This is our first, I think it's really our first podcast we haven't done in Scottsdale. Mm-hmm. So the environment looks a little bit different. We got some nice tequila bottles here.
Very warm, very homey.
Yeah, exactly. We're actually at Chris's house, so
welcome.
Shout out to Zach for doing the setup too. But how you doing, Chris?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Enjoying the weekend.
Are you thirsty?
As always.
All right, let's open up the makeshift Cabana Boys cooler. This is a what is this?
It's a knockoff Yeti.
Knockoff Yeti. we got some sort of cocktail here.
Have a day. Tequila seltzers.
Not sponsored, but it looks good. I think we should start a seltzer brand.
I think so too.
I mean, I feel like everybody and their mom is starting a seltzer brand. Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't really want to drink, to be honest with you, but it's pretty good.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's very light.
So, Chris, tell us about yourself. Like separate from Cocktail Boys. We'll get to Cocktail Boys in a second. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Born and raised in Maryland. Moved down here about 10 and a half years ago and just been bartending. Been in the service industry my whole life. And I stumbled upon the Cabana Boys one day. And I reached out and I wanted to expand the business. And I love Savannah. And I think it's a growing market for the bachelorettes. And yeah, I just had to have it here.
What brought you to Savannah in the first place?
The southern charm. It's just beautiful. Just driving under the willows with the Spanish moss, and then just being so close to the beach, and it's like a big small town.
Yeah, it is small. Like I coming from Phoenix, which is a very large town, and I was in Charleston right before this. I mean, it's a big city, but it's not like that big.
Yeah.
It's very quaint in some ways.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've been here for a long time though. 10 and a half years.
10 and a half years.
What do you do outside of Cocktail Boys?
I bartend at a local restaurant called Trailer Park.
Okay.
Been there also for 10 and a half years.
Popular spot for a lot of different types of crowds.
Yep. Got a very southern, eclectic, funky vibe to the menu.
Yeah.
So that's what attracts people. People do come in and they're looking for sometimes just a burger, but we have just a little southern funky twist on them.
Yeah, that's good. I've been there a couple times. It's great. The food is phenomenal. So a little plug for Trailer Park there. And you've been there the whole time you've worked?
Yes.
Or lived in Savannah? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. You don't hear that very often.
Nope.
Yeah.
We have a very big turnover rate for the most part when it comes to service industry, between people just getting tired of working, or of course they end up screwing up and getting fired. So I've seen everyone come and go for the most part.
Yeah. So how'd you hear about Cabana Boys in the first place? Because you reached out to us.
Yes.
It's been like almost 3 years. Yeah.
A friend of mine actually went to Scottsdale and had the Cabana Boys, and she told me the idea, and she's like, why don't you do this? You're perfect for it. I was going to start up my own business, but then when I saw on the website that you guys were expanding to XYZ, Savannah was one of them. And I figured, I was like, I'm not going to steal an idea. Let's expand one. So,
you have some integrity, but also like it's also it's like kind of easier sometimes to hitch your horse to something that's already been created, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Savannah's been a pretty good market for us overall. I think it was the third city that we opened. Yeah, third city.
It was between us and Nashville that were going up almost at the same time.
Right. Yeah. And Palm Springs. About the same time. Yeah. But it was our first Cocktail Boys city. So what have the parties been like here?
It's been definitely more laid back. Mm-hmm. The girls are definitely here to have a good time. And they do throw down like a lot of bachelor parties do.
Yeah.
I trained in Austin and I trained in Scottsdale as well. And those parties, I mean, in their own way, have had such a level that I thought Savannah would bring as well. Where here, it just seems like a lot of people are trying to get away from the actual like
interesting
hustle and bustle, big parties, which they, like I said, they do still throw down.
Right.
And that's what we're here for. We're here to give them that little energy boost.
Yeah.
Get them going.
Hype 'em up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you think that, so this is, I live in Arizona and I don't talk to all of our customers, but I feel like it's more like local people, like people drive here more than like fly across the country.
Absolutely. I've seen a lot more, like you said, it's more district-y.
Yeah.
Like people come up from Florida or down from the Carolinas.
Right.
Stuff like that. But we do have a few parties that I've been to that some of them were from Minnesota.
Oh, really?
Some of them for upstate New York.
Yeah.
So we do have people that travel to Savannah from far and beyond, but for the most part, it is a regional destination.
Right. I think it's interesting because, like with Cabana Boys, it's so pool party focused. Mm-hmm. There's not very many pools here, right?
Yeah.
It's a similar service, but we're in houses like this, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I guess nobody can see what the house is like, but it's, there's not like huge backyards and palatial swimming pools and big open concept houses. So it's like just a different type of party. But
old Victorian houses.
Right. But I feel like we've done a really good job. I mean, your team is awesome.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. We, especially with all the options that we do offer these parties, like it's definitely perfect for the area.
So we've got brunch, game night, the beach day, drag brunch. Am I forgetting one?
And then, of course, the cocktail.
And then the regular party. Which is your favorite?
I like the regular parties. I mean, the drag brunches bring the heat. I mean, when they show up, they show
lots of energy.
Yeah. My first drag brunch, the brunches, they're kind of a slower start because these girls are getting some food in their system.
Yeah.
But man, when that drag queen walks in that door and it's a show from then on. It was just wild. And the girls were ready to go from then on. They said, screw the food. Let's go.
Let's party. That's awesome. So tell us more about Savannah, like outside of partying with us. Like, what is there to do here?
I like to say it's a foodie town with a alcohol problem, or it's an alcoholic town with a food problem. It's there's a lot of places to eat. There's a bar and restaurant for literally anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
We got a beach about 20 minutes away. Tybie's a cool little beach town. Like you explained, we have those beach parties that we can go out and have fun on the beach. It's all open container. So
but that's not just Tybee. The whole city's open container, right?
All the historical district and Tybee, yes.
Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. That's like here and Vegas are like the two.
Vegas, yeah, we're the top two in New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah.
So yeah, those three areas. I know I've heard of some districts in some other states have kind of taken that over since COVID, but we've been doing it for, I think they said 30, 40 years now.
So you can just walk around with this?
It has to be in a plastic cup.
Plastic cup?
Yeah.
Okay. So no cans?
No cans.
Oh, interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. But definitely no glass.
Yeah, definitely no glass. They will take you to jail real quick.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, yikes. That's like, I feel like that's a pull for people to come here.
Yeah,
like it's
sure.
a unique part of the city.
Second biggest St. Patty's Day in the country.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Behind Boston.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. And Chicago is a pretty big one.
Chicago's number 3.
So Boston, Savannah, Chicago. Mm-hmm. I mean, St. Patrick's Day is like in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
3 weeks,
If everybody's looking for a last minute trip, Savannah might be the spot.
We have availability.
Why is it so big here?
I believe it's just been such a huge party, and it's also a massive Irish Catholic community.
Oh, okay.
So the parade is 4+ hours long.
Yeah.
It bobs and weaves throughout all downtown, and the weather is like immaculate. It's usually 75, 80 degrees and just perfect.
How do you handle the humidity?
You don't really handle it. You kind of just get acclimated and forget about it.
Yeah.
But damn, if it does get hot.
It does get hot,
It's muggy.
It's end of February now. I came at a pretty good time where I avoided the
This
humidity.
is our spring.
Yeah. All right. So if a group, let's just call it a bachelorette party, is coming to Savannah, they're obviously going to book the Cocktail Boys. They're obviously going to eat at Trailer Park. What else are they doing?
Like I said, they're going out to Tybee for beach days. They are doing the pedal bikes to bar hop. They do have a drag bar hop as well. Like I said, most of the time, these people, whether they're bachelor parties or just groups of people coming in town, they're either going out to the bars or just eating as much as
drinking.
they can. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I mean, there's a lot of history around here, like Forsyth Park and like all 23 other parks that we have downtown.
23 just in downtown?
Yeah. So historically wise, building away from the river, this was a military-based town.
Okay.
So all the parks used to be military outposts. And then Forsyth is where they used to train.
Okay.
So that's explaining why there's so many squares.
Yeah.
But it just adds a quaint kind of beauty to downtown as well. And then we have drag races going up and down.
That guy's cool. I read that it's like one of the most haunted cities in the country. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have not experienced any apparitions. Really? No.
Oh, man. This house kind of looks like it could be haunted.
Don't start, please.
Yeah. No, last time I was here, I went on a ghost tour. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's
they're very
spooky.
informative.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, we didn't experience or see anything like firsthand, but I don't know how much they like when they tell you like, yeah, I was once on a tour and this person, something grabbed their arm or, pushed them or they saw a figure or something like that. I don't know how much of that is actually legit or if they're trying to just scare you.
Yeah, a little gag.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been on one of the ghost tours, but I've heard some like stories like that where people have like been grabbed or they see an apparition in the background or something like that.
Yeah. All right. So Cocktail Boys, if you like ghosts, if you like brunch, the beach, sounds like a great spot.
And beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather.
Until June through August.
Picnics in the park.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice, man. Well, I asked you to bring or prepare 2 truths and a lie.
Okay.
Do you have those ready?
Yes, I do.
Let's hear them.
I'm not going to do 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah. You got to do them in a strategic order.
All right. So I have been bartending for 15 years now. I have walked the entire Great Wall of China.
Oh.
And I have experienced over 20 countries in Latin America.
In Latin America. Okay. So I know that you like to travel. So the second 2 could be very true. I know that you bartend. You told me 10 and a half years here. I don't know how long you bartended before you moved to Savannah. So I'm kind of stumped right now. I don't think, so I think that the Great Wall of China one is the lie. Is that right?
That is the lie.
Yes, let's go.
It is 13,000 miles long. I am not walking that.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that's kind of a dead giveaway.
I stumbled on a TikTok the other day, and it was just all about the Great Wall and like the conspiracy behind it. And they're like, you can go across the country 3 times and then come back halfway, and you still haven't gone over the whole Great Wall.
13,000 miles.
Mm-hmm.
But
exactly, it's a feat that nobody understands.
Okay, so you got the country of China. I mean, I don't know. I'm an idiot. I don't know the reason the Great Wall of China exists, but. How is it so long? Does it just meander?
So it bobs and weaves.
Okay.
Throughout China and around.
It's like a zigzag.
Yeah, there was an area, I can't remember exactly who it was ran by, but conspiracy, I dive in them every once in a while, that the Great Wall was to keep the Chinese out compared to what was on the other side. Because if you look at the wall, the one side facing China is the bigger side.
Okay.
It's a long story. I would be here all day talking about it, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely one of my bucket list travel
things. For sure.
Not to walk the whole thing. That would take forever.
Yeah.
But at least to go stand on it.
Yeah. I mean, have you been to Asia?
I have not.
But you're a huge traveler.
Yes.
I mean, 20 countries in Latin America. Can you name them?
No. My girlfriend and I have taken extensive trips, months at a time. And I used to do that before we got in a relationship. And it's just nice to kind of clock out and just explore.
Yeah, for sure. What's the most, or I guess if you could go back to one of the countries that you've been to already, where would you go?
It would probably be Peru.
Oh.
Go back to Machu Picchu and see. It doesn't do any justice in pictures.
Yeah.
Literally standing there and looking at the ruins in person is just, it's insane.
Yeah.
I definitely suggest anybody to do that.
Machu Picchu. All right. Do you have any trips lined up?
Well, hopefully hopefully we can expand the brand to the Rockies, but my girlfriend and I are moving to Montana in June.
Oh boy, that's a big move.
Yep. It's a big 180 compared to what we're used to in Savannah.
Yeah, no kidding. Not warm weather, smaller town.
Not flat roads anymore.
Not flat roads anymore. Yeah. You're in June, you said?
Yeah. So it'll be slightly warm when we get there.
So if there's anyone listening that wants to expand or help Chris expand the Cabana Boys to the cold weather.
The idea and everything.
Yeah. I think there's something there. We've talked about it. I think there's an opportunity for us to do something unique.
For sure.
In the cold weather. There's Big Sky, Aspen, Lake Tahoe, just Denver, Salt Lake, and Park City. I think there's
something.
Yeah. Nice. Well, since I've been traveling, TSA wouldn't let me bring my whole fishbowl. Damn you, TSA. But I did bring my fishbowl questions. If you could zoom in on that right there. We got our fishbowl questions. So let's break into these. You read, or I'll grab one. We can both answer them.
Ooh.
It's all right.
All right. What are 2 things you consider yourself to be very good at?
I feel like I just answered this on the last one. So I won't answer this one, but you can.
I guess just, in my opinion, it's just caring and being a good person and being there for people that need me.
That's
so
right.
I feel like, just being who I am and being genuine.
I definitely agree with that. Like you're like I said before, you have a lot of integrity. I feel like you're a very loyal guy, and you're always very communicative and on it, and just like it shows that you care about things.
Thank you.
Yeah, you want to hold hands? That's awesome. That was one. What else? What's other?
I put the other one back.
Oh no. What's the other thing you're good at?
Oh, there's 2 things. Duh. I guess just my work ethic as well. Once I put my head down to it, and I strive to get it done. Time frame wise, there's no really time frame, but I know once I dive into something, I'm going to finish it.
Yeah.
Before I move on, for sure. My ADD might kick in every once in a while, but yeah, just my work ethic is definitely top notch in my opinion.
Hell yeah. It's good for a boss to hear when they have good work ethic. We like that. All right. What's something you thought was super normal growing up, only to realize later that it was kind of weird? I got one. So when I was younger, I don't really know why we did this, but my mom would, she would mix peanut butter and jelly or jam or whatever together, just like in like a casserole kind of, just like, what would be on a PB&J, but without the bread.
Okay.
Right. And call it a peanut butter casserole.
Doesn't sound bad.
It's honestly, it's very good. Right. And like, haters gonna hate, but like it tastes phenomenal. Yeah. Right. It's PB&J. It's like 2 very good things.
You can't go wrong.
Right. But I do remember I went on a camping trip. I used to be in Boy Scouts, and I went on a camping trip with the Boy Scouts, and we put this peanut butter casserole in like a little like tube sleeve thing, right? Okay. To make it like easy to eat when you're camping.
It's like Go-Gurt.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And I don't remember what I was doing. I was like eating it or something, and I was 10 or 12 years old. Like, young boys will poke fun at each other. And so all the other kids were like, "What are you eating? Are you eating poop?" Like, because it's kind of brown, because of the peanut butter. And I kind of scarred from that to this day. And now my wife thinks it's also kind of weird that I just mix peanut butter and jam together, but whatever. I enjoy it.
Each their own.
Yeah.
Man, what do I find weird now that I did as a kid? I mean, not that it's weird. I mean, I thought wrestling was real. Now that I watch it, it's a bunch of grown men just acting.
Like WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the height of Monday Night. Monday Night Raw was just like, we got to watch all of it. And Dad's like, no, you got to go to bed at 9 o'clock. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, my childhood, I don't want to even say it's weird, but it's pretty normal for the most part.
It's got to be something.
I don't know. I got to dig far back. I'll be 37 next month, so my memory is just...
It's going away.
Yeah. Might need some tequila.
Yeah, right? It's all right. If you can't think of anything, that's okay.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now about something weird as a kid.
Well, you thought it was...
Oh, perfect then, weird now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I was just a weird kid myself. So
just everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I look back, I'm like, why did I do that?
Hey, how different is living in Savannah versus Maryland?
Not too much. It's just mainly the weather. You get more beach days throughout the year. You get about like 8 months of perfect weather. Okay. Where there it's 4 seasons and you drastically go through them. They've received the most snow they've had in years and years. So it's been pretty cold winter up there. Yeah. I mean, we've received some snow this year too, so it's very seldom we get that. But yeah, to have 8 months of beach weather, boat weather, warm boat weather, that's probably the only difference.
Yeah. You know anybody out here with a boat?
Yes. Usually go out every Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that sounds nice.
Yeah. He's like, you want to go? It's like, let me grab the beer and some subs.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Public subs?
Oh, yeah. Pub subs are the way to go.
I had one of those yesterday. My wife's from Florida. Okay. I told her, because I'm solo on this trip, I was like, yeah, I'm going to Publix to get a sandwich. She's like, don't tell me that. Like, I want one so bad. They're really good. I have to give it to them. Yeah. They're tasty.
Perfect boat days.
Right?
Publix, if you're listening.
Yeah. All right, let's read this one. It is... God, some of these questions I wrote like a long time ago, and I'm a little embarrassed by. What's your favorite type of cheese and why?
Ooh. So if you want to go through the basics, pepper jack has to be on everything.
Okay.
But
you like it spicy?
Yeah, but if you have to go like deep down into the jack category, I would do a habanero jack.
Okay.
I like a little heat behind it.
Yeah.
I think it's the perfect amount of zest to any of the meals. I put in my eggs all the time. Okay. So yeah, I just like spicy things.
All right. Oh man. So I one thing that I have so we're a party hosting company, right? Mm-hmm. And so you naturally, when you go to a party, you kind of like subconsciously critique what the hosts are doing, right? And one thing that not enough party hosts do that I wish they did do is label the type of cheese on a charcuterie board.
Yes.
Right? It's like this huge smorgasbord of like delicious food and meats and cheeses and nuts and crackers and everything. But I don't know what any of it is, you know?
It's like cheese and meat.
It's like white cheese, slightly off white cheese, yellow cheese. Some are in cubes, some are in slices, some you have to cut yourself. Like,
yeah, it's baffling.
Get the little flag and write on it, you know? It's like,
and put it in the section that it belongs in.
So my answer to this question is I don't really know, because I've had some great cheeses, but I don't know what they are. I feel like, like
that's fair.
Like a Gouda would be good.
I mean, I like some good mozzarella.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a safe one.
Right. My wife made a baked ziti recently.
Nice.
It was phenomenal.
Hell yeah.
It was like a protein baked ziti. So it had like cottage cheese in it instead of something else. I don't know what else it would have replaced, but
whatever ziti is.
Just like a lower, yeah, exactly. Like a lower calorie or higher protein, but had mozzarella in it too. Okay. It was very good. I think she froze some of it, so I get to have that when I go back home.
Or she ate it all because you didn't bring her a pub sub.
That's true. Yeah. I guess we'll find out in a couple days. All right, let's do another one.
All right. Get my hand in the fishbowl. All right. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Wow, this is like the ultimate basic icebreaker question. But what is it?
I think I would kind of
wait. Can I? Sorry to interrupt you. Two answers. One that's like completely ridiculous superpower, like no one in the history of the world could ever do it. And then a second one that's like conceivably somebody could do it.
Okay, so it's not any of the like Marvel characters or
right. You're not like you're not going invisible, right? That's I would consider like a actual superpower versus. Here, let me illustrate.
Okay.
So my answer to the conceivable superpower is learning and knowing every language.
That would be amazing.
Right? Mm-hmm. Be super cool. You'd make a ton of money, for one, because you could, whatever position would hire for that, you could be basically just like the human Google Translate.
Seriously.
And two, like you could go anywhere and have no issue like communicating with people. Mm-hmm. But has anybody ever done that? Probably not. Will anyone ever do that? Probably not. But it's possible.
It is very possible.
Right?
It's probable.
Right. So that's my answer to that.
Okay.
Answer 1B.
So most probable superpower probably would have to be I would be the fastest person. Like just run as fast as a cheetah. Okay. I don't know if that's possible, but to be the fastest human alive, I mean, I feel like that would be.
So are we talking like straight line speed? Like you can run from one corner of your block to the other corner of your block super fast? Or is it like task level speed? That you could like make a drink really fast or like cook really fast or fold laundry really fast.
Well, cooking's an art. It takes time.
That's true. Chop.
Probably, yeah. Just a straight line. I wouldn't say necessarily get tasks done, but yeah, just the overall speed.
Okay. All right.
And then the most ridiculous superpower, we'll go back to the cheeses, to know what cheeses are. Yeah. I feel like that's an impossible superpower.
That's like the sommelier of cheeses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that is a job.
I'm sure it is. Gotta be. It's gotta be. Mine would probably, is a very basic answer, be fly.
Okay.
I think it'd be super cool to fly. You just go anywhere,
Yeah.
Just evacuate situations very quickly.
It's like that. Okay, minus the cheeses. Control fire, control water. Kind of like, I guess, Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Have all those 5 features, and together we make Captain Planet.
What would the cheese connoisseur's name be?
I don't even know off the top of my head. I'm just Mr. Gouda. Dr. Gouda.
Dr. Gouda. All right. All right. Well, on that note, we can end this cheesy conversation. Chris, give us like a little like pitch. Cocktail Boys Savannah. Why should people come to Savannah? Why should people book Cocktail Boys?
Savannah as a whole, it's a beautiful city. Like I said earlier, it's very historic. Just the beauty itself, walking around and looking at the old architecture and the weeping willows and just taking in all the history in itself is just an amazing thing for people to do. Cocktail Boys, I mean, we just bring the party. We heighten everything the weekend has to offer. We're all good-looking dudes. We're all fun dudes. And again, we're very respectful, but we're here to make sure they have a great time. And I think it should be number 1 on their list.
Heck yeah. Love it. I should have said this at the top of the episode, but we now have pink polos as our uniform instead of black polos. So it's perfect for bachelorette parties.
Fitting right in.
Good for the photo ops, Oh, yeah. But cool, man. Well, this is fun. Thanks for being here. Cheers again.
Yeah, cheers.
Appreciate your time and allowing us to use your house and everything. So thank you guys for listening. Tell a friend about the show. Help us grow it. Leave us a 5-star review. That helps us out a lot. And we'll catch y'all soon. See ya.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening to the Cabana Boys Podcast. Please like and subscribe to get new episodes as they're released. Write to the show by sending an email to thecabanaboyspodcast@gmail.com. You can find the video version of the show on YouTube at the Cabana Boys YouTube channel. The Cabana Boys and all other related brands are also on Instagram and TikTok at Cabana Boys Podcast, The Cabana Boys, The Cocktail Cowboys, and The Cocktail Boys. This has been a T-Door production.